So this is the wax. And I want to be really careful when applying this because sometimes I don't apply it as carefully as I should. Wherever wax gets on the piece, it won't get glazed. So with that being said, I don't want any bits to drip down on spaces that I do want glazed, because then it'll leave a little imprint. Almost like if you know what batiking is with dyeing fabrics, it's kind of similar in that sense with how the fabric doesn't get dyed wherever the I guess that would be called what the batik is. I don't actually know what it's called, but let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about and if that makes sense, because in my mind it makes sense as the interdisciplinary artist that I am. You saw it here first. No, see, just like that. See, now that part isn't gonna get glazed, but I got lucky that it fell right there because I'm actually going to need to apply wax to that as I expand this circle. Looks like I need to invest, or the studio that I am a resident at needs to get some new brushes, or I'll just bring my own because I have a lot of different brushes. It's just every time I get over here, I forget that I have them, so I just kind of end up using what we got here. Or I mean, I forget to bring my own, so it's nice that we do have some here. But yeah, I'm glad that that wasn't worse because I'm starting with my favorite plate first. Maybe a bad idea. Thank you, God, for saving me in that from almost ruining what I've been working on for so long. If there's one thing I'm learning how to do, it's how to prioritize different art projects and just being more intentional with my time as I'm starting to grow my business, because I'm sure down the road it'll be even more challenging to keep things organized with my schedule and projects if I already don't have a sense of scheduling and prioritization. And what I've been doing a lot of recently is getting my space clear in the house. I don't know exactly what it is psychologically, but that's really been helping me in the way I show up in person and how I get my work done, because when I have a clear space, I can think clearly, or I can think more clearly, and I can just stay more focused, I guess, without getting distracted of thinking, oh, I need to get this done, and kind of rushing from one thing to the next. And I guess it still kind of feels like I do that occasionally, rushing from one thing to the next, but maybe it's a personality trait of mine, or a factor of just growing up in America and that being the sort of norm, is to just be your most productive self. It's really glamorized here. I would say we're starting to see a shift though, thankfully, because rest is equally, if not more important, so that you are able to be productive in your day without harming yourself in the long term from burnout. And burnout is not fun. And speaking of burnout, I'm starting to get kind of tired now. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'll end up getting here earlier tomorrow, or maybe I'll save trimming those plates for Monday. Either way, I'm glad I showed up today, and I'm just also learning how to be more grateful for the time that I do get out and get things accomplished versus feeling guilty for not doing more as a high achieving person. And I don't even say that in a means to brag. I'm saying that on the grounds of it's burned me a couple times from trying to reach so high to the stars and then literally breaking my leg, or, well, I didn't break my leg, but I broken my ankle and dislocated my knee. And I guess this is kind of the beginning for us in our relationship online, where I'm talking to a camera and whoever is listening. I think if I do end up posting this as a long form video, given that I've already been talking for 6.5 minutes in this one, let me know if you like this style and if you like hearing about what I've got going on and how I sort of think as I am creating along the way, building this business and growing my platform online. And it would mean so much to me, seriously, if you would like this post, subscribe to me if you like what I'm saying, if you like what I'm doing, or if you just want to stay up to date on what I'm doing. And I'm thinking about posting some videos about organizational tips. So let me know too in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. I kind of gave a little brief look into I just got completely sucked into this, sorry. I might stop talking now and just focus. And no one probably really even cares at this point. I'm probably just talking to myself. So if you're still there listening, leave a fire emoji and let me know from what I've shared what you resonate most with. It's crazy because for a long time, my dream career has shifted so much, and it still is, but I feel like with focusing on building a career on YouTube, I have that flexibility of choosing kind of different styles and ways to express myself on here. I'm not supposed to fit, and I don't fit the box that is expected of me. What even really is the norm anymore? Because as technology is advancing, the more I see how much it just makes sense for me to make this my business. Being more online and more vocal, and I've always wanted to do that too. I just think it's cool because there's a lot of people that I look up to online who, if they would have stopped before they even started, I wouldn't even know half the things that I know today, because YouTube has a wealth of information, and it's all thanks to everyday people like you and me who are just striving towards becoming better versions of ourselves. And we know the value we can add to other people's lives when we let each other in on how to do certain things. There are kind of a lot of clickbaity things out there too. So always just pray for discernment and know and trust that God's got you no matter what. No matter what, even if you hear that and you're like, that's just another cliche. It's really not. And it is about growing your faith. And that's something else I want to bring to this channel more and more. But I don't have to do it all right now. I surely could. But I also surely could get burnt out from trying to do it all right now. Let me know if you think it's funny that I'm still using this half brush to paint this wax on. I think it's kind of funny. By the way, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, she's so confident, she's so this, she's so that, like, we're just faking it until we make it. Like, seriously, I have put this off for such a long time. But for people who don't know me and where I've come from, you could be seeing this and think, I've had an easy life, or that I know exactly what I'm doing. But really, there is no success without a mess. Put yourself out there, try new things, meet new people, explore new horizons, test the waters, you know? There's so many other sayings that encapsulate exactly what I'm getting at, but to me, as I mentioned, YouTube was something I've always wanted to do, but it's taken me so long to actually get into it. And I think there's probably a lot of people who resonate and understand that, because when you've been in school pretty much your whole life up until your early 20s, you get out, and even though there's things you wanted to do, you didn't have a chance to start them yet, or you were just too busy to start. And that's perfectly okay. There's no rush. And as someone in their 20s, it's hard not to feel that pressure. It really is. So just remember that you're not alone, and there's so many people out there who get it. And it's really helpful when you have a relationship with God going through all this, because there's so many paths that are trying to pull you in. Again, you just need to have discernment in what direction to go, because it'll be easy to start going down another path that maybe God hasn't wanted you to go down. And sometimes it's all about just showing up as a way to start reaching out to that person who could get you one step closer, or putting out that first video, even if it's not perfect, or dropping that song you've been wanting to release, or start singing at your local venue, or I don't know. Just start doing it.